At this point, I would have been introducing the Lady Janet, Lord Lieutenant for Norfolk. Unfortunately, she has had to cancel, but she has sent her speech for us, and I'm now going to invite Graham.
Okay, I will read Lady Janet's speech verbatim, so please forgive me where it might appear to be a little bit odd. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for such a warm welcome. It is a great pleasure to be here today and to see so many people gathered with a shared purpose. To improve the well-being of our veterans and to ensure that no one who has served our country feels isolated, overlooked or unsupported. I'm delighted to welcome colleagues from the voluntary and community sector, statutory services, local authorities, health partners and, most importantly, those organisations and individuals who work tirelessly, often behind the scenes, to support the armed forces community across the east of England. Your presence here today speaks volumes about the strength of the commitment in this region. Thank you. Supporting veterans is not simply about recognising past service. It is about taking collective responsibility for the present and the future. It is about ensuring that those who have given so much can continue to belong, to be valued, and to thrive within our communities. That is why today's conference and the Thrive Together East programme at its heart is so important. Thrive Together East, led by the Bridge for Heroes, is a powerful example of what can be achieved when charities, statutory services and community organisations work together with a shared vision. It is a regional programme grounded in partnership and built on the recognition that no single organisation, however skilled or committed, can meet the diverse and often complex needs of veterans alone. This programme is about turning good intentions into coordinated action. Over the course of today, you will hear about 7 pilot projects delivered across the region. Rather than viewing them as isolated initiatives, I would encourage you to see them as part of a wider connected effort. An effort focused on reducing isolation, improving mental health and strengthening long-term support for veterans across our towns, cities and rural communities. At its core, Thrive Together East speaks to 3 simple but vital truths. First, collaboration is essential. The challenges faced by veterans rarely fit neatly into organisational boundaries. Housing, health, identity, social connection and purpose are deeply interconnected. The strength of this programme lies in the way organisations have come together, sharing expertise, resources and local knowledge to create something stronger than any one partner could achieve alone. Second, local community-based support works. Time and again we see that support is often effective when it is visible, accessible and embedded within the communities where veterans live. Connection is one of the most powerful tools we have to tackle isolation. Whether through a conversation over a cup of tea, a familiar face at a local event, or a trusted community space, these points of contact can make a profound difference. Third, sustainability must remain our priority. The real success of this work will be what continues after the funding ends. From the outset, Thrive Together East has looked beyond immediate delivery to ask a crucial question. How do we ensure that what works now can continue, grow and adapt in the years ahead? The 7 pilot projects you will hear about today reflect this thinking and can be understood through 4 broad themes. The first is connecting veterans to communities. Across the region, local hubs, drop-ins and outreach activities, from pop-up stands to community events, are creating welcoming spaces where veterans can meet, talk and access support without stigma or formality. These initiatives recognise that many veterans will not seek help through traditional routes, but will engage where they feel understood and welcomed. The second theme is removing barriers to access. This includes addressing practical issues such as transport and reaching veterans who may be isolated, including those living in care homes. We must ensure that no veteran feels forgotten, whether in our communities or in care. Identifying and supporting those who are less visible is a vital part of this work. The third theme focuses on improving well-being and identity. Leaving the armed forces can involve a profound shift in identity. Reducing mental health stigma, rebuilding self-esteem and helping individuals rediscover purpose are all central to enabling veterans not merely to cope, but to thrive. This work acknowledges the whole person, not just the challenges they may face. And the fourth theme is testing future models. Several projects are deliberately exploring approaches that can be scaled across the region, testing partnership models, learning from what works, and being honest about what does not. This willingness to learn collectively is one of the programme's greatest strengths and lays the groundwork for long-term, region-wide impact. Today is not only about celebrating what has been achieved so far, important though that is. A key focus of this conference is looking ahead to Phase 3 and beyond. How do we continue this collaboration once current funding comes to an end? How do we sustain and build upon successful models, embedding them into everyday practice? And how do we strengthen the East of England's position for future funding opportunities, including initiatives such as Valor Round 2? These are not questions for one organisation to answer alone. They require shared ambition, shared responsibility, and a commitment to continue working together with the same openness and trust that has brought you all here today. I know that programme leads will explore these issues in more detail as the conference progresses. In closing, I would like to commend everyone involved in Thrive Together East for their determination, creativity and willingness to collaborate. What you are doing here sends a powerful message to our veterans that they matter, that they are valued, and that support is there within their communities across the region. Thank you for your commitment, for your partnership, and for the difference you are making. I very much look forward to the discussions ahead and to seeing how this important work continues to grow. Thank you.